Hello to you from a very, very, very hot South Africa. We are experiencing a heat wave. So if you hear a little tst every now and then, it's my spritz bottle. Hey guys, I am actually very excited about the fact that we are moving into Sagittarius or have moved into Sagittarius because now we get a little bit of a break and it's much needed, number one. And number two, we get to just really continue to drop what we don't want, what's been too heavy to carry. That's also a big theme of our full moon coming up, but I'll do a separate video for that. But moving into the end of the year has its own set of frustrations, exhaustion, worry, angst, and obviously excitement and joy as well, but I'm going to the sides that are heavy, particularly for some people who have had really, really challenging and trying financial times. I know it's very daunting for some of us heading into this festive season. So I want you just to take, first of all, exhale and take some of that pressure off of you. We really need to just continue being real with each other as possible. And this whole tradition of gifts and expensive gifts and many gifts, that's kind of, I don't know if we really need to prescribe to that anymore or how many of us still do. And that's wonderful if you do. My dog in the background. But we understand that we can't all do that. So I'm veering off a little bit, but I know that this is really a real thing for people. So I really want to bring home that in the next week or two, really you should actually feel a little bit of just a breathing space. And really use it. Continue to drop things. It's so easy for us to fall back into the fears and the worry. That's what our mind is there for. Our mind is there to trick us. It's one of its only functions. And when I learned this, at first in Afrikaans you say, I scoffed against it. Like I really was like, no man, what are you talking about? The mind is amazing. It's got all these, and it is. But the mind is one of our biggest tests as human beings. To learn how to say, I don't actually need this message anymore, or thank you. Once upon a time, you protected me, and this was what I needed, but I don't need it anymore. Because everything is like a muscle. We have to exercise it, whether we are learning to build healthier boundaries, whether we are learning to build businesses, whether we're learning to budget finance, whether we're learning to meditate, doesn't matter. We have to practice it. And for very long, we all just, not we all, please, I generalize. But for very long, if you just simply said you're spiritually minded or you ate healthily, or then perhaps that was enough. But we really have to push ourselves now. We have to push ourselves to learn to relax, right? That sounds totally counterintuitive, but it's not. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift to give yourself. And so I'm coming in to talk about the fact that we're in Sagittarius. But before we go to that, I'm also just bringing it to the end of the year where gifting people has changed. And I'm so thankful for that. And so to bring in more soulful kind of gifts is really valuable, and often costs nothing other than a little bit of your time and a little bit of your effort to put into someone in whichever way. Whether it's simply meeting them for a coffee or just having a visit. Lord knows I speak for myself, I'm very far away from my friends and my family. And I have been for very long parts of my life. So when it comes to these times, I feel that, I'm aware that my people aren't here. And so to be able to have moments with them, even just via a video call, is so amazing for me and means actually more to me than going to the postnet to pick up a parcel, which is also great and always exciting, but you know what I'm saying. So don't let any any tradition put you off, because remembering that Uranus is in Taurus, we are now building new traditions because we have to, right? Nothing, the things that aren't working weren't serving us, therefore, whoosh, we have to let them go. So, coming to Sagittarius. Oh, I love Sagittarius. I love you guys so much. My son is a Sagittarius. Some of my favorite people in the world are Sagittarius. I just thrive on your absolute love of life, your love of travel and learning, and your open-mindedness and constant expansion, the amazing wisdom you guys just bleh. And also the way you very easily put your foot in your mouth. I love it. I love everything about you guys. So this is what I want us to take into this month. No matter what you are, or where you are in life, or how happy or unhappy you are, we can always do with a bout of jovialness. Is that the word? And with that jovialness comes this beautiful deep wisdom, and that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're wanting to impart to each other. So, that the heavy has lifted or is lifting. We now have quite a few planets that are out of retrograde, which were, so there's also the... And so continue to find the joy. And I'll be very honest with you, I have struggled with that. I have really struggled with that in the last few months. Luckily, being an astrologer, I have been able to pinpoint really what is bringing this about, but it has been really harsh. It's been a road. So I'm not shy to say that, because the majority of you watching this are going to go, fuck yeah, we had that too, or we're having that right now. So Sagittarius is also very community orientated. They're such social people. There's very few loner Sagittariuses that I've met, and if I do, then there's other things at play for them, so also very beautiful. I just mean in general that energy is social, and we are looking out for each other, and we are saying, hey man, I got your back because you have my back, and if we don't, it's going to be a bit more tiring out there. So yay. And please keep going. Please keep going. Reach out to me if you are battling. I really have so much respect for the person out there saying, I'm fucking not doing well. Because that means to me that you and I can meet each other on an honest level right away. There's no pussyfooting around it, right? Whereas before we would do any and everything to try and seem okay. All right. I'm going to leave you with that. And I want to remind you again, continue to find joy. Continue to go back to those earliest moments of joy in your life, because that is who you are. I want to remind you that you're not alone. You are not alone. In the darkest moments when you feel so alone, please remember there's somebody lying in their bed next door to you, in the house behind you, or your mom or your sister, or you are not alone. There are so many of us who are lying awake at night going, oh God, please, can you help me? I come to you because I don't have it anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm so tired. And bring in your higher power, but allow that higher power to take over. When you drop your stuff, really drop it. Don't put it back in a bag and leave when you're finished with your prayer, right? Which we do. We can't help it. But I'm reminding you, please don't do it. I mentioned to a few friends the other day when I woke up really not in a good space. And I remember praying in this desperation of, God, please, when I come to you and say I'm empty and I'm struggling and I need you, don't give me more of that, please. So what I'm really trying to remember to do now is in those moments where I'm going, oh, why is this happening, or why is this not working? I fill it with two things. For example, I have my health. That's huge. I have friends who love and support me. That's huge. I am a good person. That's huge. And everything happening around me does not make me any less worthy of any pleasure in life or being able to bring this message to you. Because if I was not going through this, how on earth could I talk to you about it? So reach out. Reach out if you need help. If you have friends who are needing help, reach out to them. Not necessarily, I mean, we aren't all in positions to perhaps help the person in the physical world like they need. But I tell you, that phone call of encouragement, that phone call out of the blue when somebody just says, Nadine, you are such an awesome person in my life. Thank you for being here. Wow. That's it. That's it. I love you. Mwah.